Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bill Hamilton, country boy from Old Hickory, Tennessee. Glad to be back with you. Ladies and gentlemen, the last time we talked about how to buy an automobile, where, when, and how to buy an automobile. We're going to continue that, but ladies and gentlemen, today's session, we roll up inside of the numbers. That's right. We are going to break out those numbers like you've never seen them broke out before. We talked about checker players and chess players. Today we're going to analyze what 95+% of the people in America do, playing checkers. So let's take a typical automobile and walk through the numbers. Typical automobile, ladies and gentlemen, brand new on the showroom floor, costs $34,900. You live in an area where the documentation fee is also subject to the sales tax. In this case, the documentation fee is $300. Therefore, that's a total of $35,200 that's subject to sales tax. You live in a 7% sales tax area. Therefore, that generates a sales tax, ladies and gentlemen, of $2,464. Now, let's add that to state registration, $100, title fee, $100, and dealer prep, $275, for a grand total, subtotal here, of $38,139 before interest. So the salesperson says to you, how much would you like to pay down? You said, well, I've scraped together about $3,000 that I can pay down. He said, that'll work. So you put the $3,000 on the table, and that leaves $35,139, ladies and gentlemen, that you say, I want to finance it. He said, let's take a look at that. So he goes in and talks to the vice president of finance, who lays it out, and he comes back out and says to you, not a problem. We've taken a look at your credit. It's not the best in the world. You say, well, I knew that before you went in there. In fact, my credit's been sick lately. 2 months ago, my credit had the flu. So I know my credit is not the best, but he said, that's all right, but I can still get you 4.8% interest. And you said, I like that. And he said, I've laid it out, 4.8% interest on $35,139. Therefore, we can get you a monthly payment of $563 a month over 72 months. You say, oh, wait, ho. I love the car. Love the way it rides. Love the way it looks. Love the color. But now I can't pay it. $563 a month. In fact, I can't pay $500 and anything dollars a month. I can't get the car for that. He said, well, suppose I could get it down under $500. How would you like that? You said, well, now that sounds more like it. So he goes in and talks to the finance manager again, comes back out and said, we got you taken care of. You said, what did you come up with? He said, I came up with a monthly payment of $493.36 a month. How do you like that? You said, I love that. I love that. That sounds good. He said, we can do that over 84 months. You said, not a problem. As long as you've got that thing down below $500 a month for me, I'm good. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where most people stop and they ride off into the sunset. But some of the smart ones, even though they're still checker players, some of the smart ones say, well, now let me take a look at how much that's going to generate in interest over the 84-month period of time. And when you go to a place like bankrate.com and you take a look at the auto loan calculator, the amortization table, that's what I want to recommend for you. This is what you'll find out. You'll find out that the interest paid here is $6,302.89 over that 84-month period of time, ladies and gentlemen. $6,302.89. Now let's take it a step further. How much have you paid totally? You've paid a grand total of $41,442. $41,442. Now let's ask the question that almost nobody asks. What percentage of that total have I paid in interest? Let's do the calculation of a fifth grader. The calculation of a fifth grader shows you that that is 15.21% interest. Now, wait a minute, Bill Hamilton. I thought I had a 4.8% interest. You did before he laid it out over 84 months per your request. And now 4.8% balloons to 15.21%. If it had been a 2-year finance, it would have been 4.8%. Of course, nobody ever told you that, but anything over 2 years, particularly when we take it all the way to 7 years, now it goes to 15.21%. But you don't stop there. You paid on top of that $3,000 for your down payment. So you paid $44,442 up until this point. Ladies and gentlemen, you paid 71% of the total interest due, $4,464 of the $6,303 due. You pay 71% of the total interest due. Now, you've only been paying for 40 months, okay? That's it. But you've already paid 71% of the interest. You've been paying for 49% of the time. You pay 71% of the interest. You've only paid 43% of the principal. You paid $15,270, ladies and gentlemen. You still have due almost $20,000 left. Exactly $19,869. That's $131 short of $20,000 that you still have left to pay on the principal. And you're here to trade, ladies and gentlemen. Thus far, you're playing checkers. You're playing checkers, ladies and gentlemen. You've paid $19,734 on this automobile that originally only cost $34,900 to begin with, and we add the down payment. You paid $22,734, and we're not even halfway through the period. But you say that's all right. That's all right, Bill Hamilton. That's all right. I'm a checker player, and I don't mind not being able to provide my family with the best community that they can live in. I don't mind not being able to provide my children with the best possible education that they can have. I don't mind not being able to provide my spouse with the ability to live in the style that she loved to live in, because I love a new car. And I'm going to keep getting my new cars. So let's take a look. Here you are. 40 months into it, ladies and gentlemen. You paid $4,464 of the total $19,734 that you financed. Let's do the fifth grade arithmetic and find out what we've got here. You paid 22.62% interest. Interest. How could that be, Bill Hamilton? How could I go from 4.8% to 15.21% now that I'm ready to trade the car in after 40 months? It's ballooned to 22.62%. It's called checkers, ladies and gentlemen. The interest was front-loaded. They were laying there waiting for you to come back early in the game, ready to trade it in. Have you ever heard of being upside down? You've been upside down all the way, and you're going to be upside down for a lot longer, ladies and gentlemen. But there you are. You say, that's okay. That's okay. Don't mind my wife not having her best. Don't mind my children not having their best, as long as I've got a new car. So the salesman said, not a problem. Roll on up in here. The salesman said, you want to trade that in? Let me pull out my Kelley Blue Book. The salesman said, I can give you $13,960 for it. So let's take a look at your net cost. Your net cost is a total of $28,643 after we subtract out the $13,960 that they gave you for your trade-in. Now let's do simple arithmetic and divide that by 3.3, ladies and gentlemen. How much does this car cost you on an annual basis to sustain? Divided by 3.3, ladies and gentlemen, this brand new car that you love the smell is costing you $8,680 a year. You decide to trade in after 40 months, 3.3 years later. 3.3 years later, like Bill Hamilton in Anderson, Indiana, you decide to trade in again. 3.3 years later, you decide to trade in on a new car again. So after 10 years, ladies and gentlemen, you've been playing the same game. You've been doing the same thing. 10 times $8,680 a year, you paid $86,800 over 10 years. Words of Michael Jackson in The Wiz. You can't win this game. You can't break even. And you can't get out of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about a different game in our next segment. Or you might want to subscribe. You might want to subscribe, ladies and gentlemen, so you can be around when we talk about a different game, when we talk about the game I'm going to show you. Oh, yeah, chess players playing a different game called Cash and a Hat. Cash and a Hat. Cash and a Hat, baby. That's a totally different game. We're going to have them play our game. We're going to stop playing their game. I'm going to show you, ladies and gentlemen, how you can ride around in a luxury automobile, a Rolls Royce or a Bentley, ladies and gentlemen, that Mercedes-Benz you've always wanted, that BMW you've always wanted, that Land Rover you've always wanted. Ride around into that for what other folk are paying for your Toyota. Ha ha! Ha ha! Somebody wrote a book. Yes, he did. Wrote a book about it. His name is Thomas J. Stanley. He said, stop acting rich and start living like a real millionaire. That's what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe and go with us. Get on the ride with us, ladies and gentlemen. Take it to the bridge, son. Take it to the bridge. I'm a poor boy from Old Hickory, Tennessee.